And we are live. Sorry about that, y'all. Lost track of time. Was in there cooking and now it's dark. But bear with me. Shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. If it wasn't for you guys, none of this would be possible. Shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to my overseas gang. Hey, listen, if you're unsubscribed, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my unsubscribed gang. Go ahead and do it, y'all. I keep bringing this up. Go on ahead and do it. Do it. Go ahead and subscribe. Shout out to my members. Appreciate y'all. Got a late night video coming for the members. Get y'all caught up on things. Let y'all know what I'm thinking about, what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate all the likes, all the shares, and all the comments. Man, the likes, you guys are quadrupling down. I'm getting more likes than I've ever gotten before. You know what I'm saying? I greatly appreciate you guys. With that being said, you know, as you guys pour into me, allow me to pour into you guys with this dope ass video. Let's chop it up. Let's talk about it. Look, I know you want to believe that, what did the title say? Oh yeah, you had a trauma bond. Hey, listen, your narcissistic relationship was a trauma bond. Trauma bond. It was not no twin flame, which, you know, okay, listen. That twin flame shit might be like a narcissistic relationship because I looked it up and they're pretty much the same thing. You know what I mean? The way they talk about the twin flame journey and what you go through and all this, and you know what I'm saying? Y'all are basically each other's karmics. So yeah, I mean, I guess it could be like a twin flame, but nobody wants no twin flame trash. You don't want no twin flame trash. You want like a soulmate. And again, you know, it was a trauma bond, not a soul tie. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a major difference between a trauma bond and a soul tie, right? So you thinking it's a soul tie to a soulmate, you don't want to let it go when it's really not that. You was with someone that mimicked you, gave you a mirror image of yourself, while also connecting with you with a trauma bond, meaning like whatever they went through during their childhood. This is what narcs always do. They always have a tragic childhood, and they brought all these different things up in order to build a connection with you, right? And in this trauma bond that you guys had together, you're thinking this is love and da-da-da-da, woo. It's not love. It's not any of that shit. You don't even know that person. You don't know that person. You don't know who that person really is. A narc will give you bits of the truth, but it's never the complete version of themselves. Like, you don't even know who that person is. You basically just trauma bonded with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You was bringing up different things that you went through in previous relationships, family situations, and that person was able to relate because, you know, they're a wicked, evil individual, right? They're like a wicked, evil individual, so they're going to try to find a way to relate to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Through that trauma. They did go through trauma also. But the problem is you don't never know what that trauma really was in their childhood. They'll say some real crazy stuff. You know, you don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what part of it was true. You don't know what part of it wasn't. You really don't know, because as much they talk bad about, hang on, y'all. I got the Wi-Fi on still. But, and also I got a video playing in the background. That was dumb. But as much as they talk bad about their family members or friends or whatever as they grew up with them, they always go back to them. So how bad could it have really been? Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff they were talking about, these people, how bad. So you have that going, right? It's a trauma bond. Look, I'm going to also possibly make another video similar to the same title. I don't like it when the video disconnects. You know what I mean? Because it'll cause the audio to try to catch up to the video, start lagging, do all this crazy stuff. So we'll talk about this again in a later video, later on tonight, for about 15, you know what I'm saying, minutes or so. This one's going to be a short one, but we'll get it started. It's raining out here right now too, so it's got that going on. But the trauma bond, I've been doing a lot of research into this, y'all. Like, it's a trauma bond. Like, they, you know, and they did go through some of this stuff, and you went through stuff. But if you can't think about anything other than the negative things that you both connected with each other with, if you can't think about nothing positive that you both had figure that y'all went through in your lives, or have a bunch of positive memories of you two together doing things, if you don't have any of those kind of like bonding experiences or thoughts in your head, if it's all just negative, man, we went through this, and then, you know what I'm saying, this person went through this as a child and I went through it, but then together we went through this, and it's just all negative, traumatic experiences, Nah, man, that's your karmic, man. Listen, that was your narc. Your narc is your karmic is a narc, your handler, all the same thing, right? Because that narc is really there in your life to pretty much push you to that next level, which I know it don't seem right, and they don't know what they're doing. They're just being used. I'm saying that God allows them in your life because you are strong enough to handle them and anyone else. And that narc is going to push you to a whole nother level of compassion for people, understanding for people. It's going to push you into really figuring out what your life's purpose is, because you might be stuck on some super selfish, kind of like egotistical type of stuff you got going on, and your purpose is bigger than that. And that narc is going to remind you of that, because that narc's going to take everything away from you. That relationship's going to take everything that you held close and dear to yourself. Everything, all your money, all your, you know what I'm saying, all your material crap, all your accolades, all that stuff. That narc is going to destroy all of that. That ego is going to have to die. Once that ego is dead, though, and you come out the other side, this whole new person, you're reborn, that's what the narc is allowed in your life for. That's what God allows them in your life. They don't send them to you. These things, these creatures, these entities are always going to find us, period. But it's a trauma bond, y'all. There is no soul tie. That soul tie that you're going to have with someone is going to be something that you're not going to be able to give an example of. You're not going to have any person you've ever been with to have the comparison to. It's going to be something unique and special that can't be withered away, or someone's not going to get with you and use you up and use you for everything that you have and then consider themselves a twin flame or a soul. You're not shit. You're just an evil, wicked person that, you know what I'm saying, mirrored me, gave me a reflection of myself to date, while also being my karmic, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get back at me every chance you can, and secretly competing and all this other crazy ass stuff. So we have to stop confusing the two. It is definitely not a soul tie. The twin flame thing is in the air because if you look up a twin flame journey, it sounds like a narcissistic abuse relationship. It seems to be the same thing to me. So I don't want it. The hell with that shit. Hell, the name of it itself should probably let you know that ain't no good. Twin flame. No. We want soulmates. We want soul ties. We want somebody to be happily ever after with. Not no twin flame and burning in hell together. We don't want none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's raining cats and dogs out here. But yeah, y'all, that's what it's about. I had to think about this stuff because I'm tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are not soul ties that we had with these goofy, goofball goobers. You know what I'm saying? They were trauma bonds. Trauma bonds. Think about it. Every time you think about this person, you get anxiety. Every time you think about this person, you think about something negative that went along with you guys together, that y'all tortured each other through, or some childhood trauma that you both were trying to relate to each other with on some weirdo shit. And see, now you know better than to try to relate to anybody. You don't go into a new relationship bringing up trauma. Because you know better. You're not trying to trauma bond, or at least I do. Like if I start meeting somebody new and like old relationships come up or childhood experiences that were bad, I'm like, I'm not trying to trauma bond here, y'all. Like nah, let's not do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be some positive stuff we can get this on. We're going to make a fresh relationship. You don't want to drag any of that old energy into a new relationship anyway. You don't want to do that stuff anyway. So when you see yourself meeting somebody new and you're bringing up your ex too much, or they're bringing up their ex too much, they're trying to trauma bond with you. No, we ain't got no time for that. I'm not going to sit here and be an extension of a third-party situation involving your ex or someone that you never got over, right? You got to know how to notice this stuff and bring it up, because a lot of people, especially like right now, a lot of people are trying to heal, and they'll just be bringing up their exes, and it'll, like, you know what I'm saying? I've had a chick that tried to talk to me, and she didn't even seem like it, but over time, she's kept bringing him up and comparing him to me, and I was just like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cut her loose straight up. Like, I ain't got no time for that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? You still got some shit going on with this dude that you need to work on out, right? You stuck on him, and all you're gonna do is cause me problems. But see, so now you're able to dodge horrible situations. You know what I'm saying? You're able to, you know what I'm saying, allow yourself to avoid a horrible relationship by noticing the signs up front of someone trying to create a trauma bond with you. Okay? Big difference, y'all. So, you know, that's really it. I don't want to go too long on it because the audio's kind of messing up a little bit. It's storming out here and stuff, so it could be anything. But there's a big difference, and that's why I say you don't have no malice for your ex or nothing like that. Like, listen, like, yeah, she went about leaving in a messed up kind of way or whatever, but I ain't got no malice towards that woman or nothing like that because she knew that there wasn't no soulmate situation. It was some weird-ass trauma bond with somebody that she didn't really even know. So she knew that she needed to get up out of it. Did she do it in a messed up way? Hell yeah, but you know what? She could have been a real hellified, evil narc and not even run away like that. Just like leave for a week or so, cheat on me, come back, and then, you know what I'm saying, keep doing it, and then it could have been worse, y'all. You know, it could have been worse. So you got to take whatever you get instead of thinking it's the worst possible situation that could have happened to you. It really is probably the best situation that could have happened to you, right? So you both can go about your lives and you're not stuck on this person forever because you know they're full of shit, you know what I'm saying? And you know they're a narc. They know that they're not stuck on you because they left in the first place. They're the one that put all the wheels in motion with this, right? Narcs don't never really care about you anyway. They'll eventually get over the energy they can't get out of you, or they won't. It doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? We're not trauma bonded with anybody anymore. We're not going to confuse the two. We're looking for soulmates, long-term, forever type situations with people, with a young lady, or if you're a young lady, you know, you're looking for a young man that you can relate to, be like your best friend. That person's gonna do everything they can for you. They don't go out of their way to try to hurt you. You can build with them. You know what I'm saying? You'll be able to get along with them without having a whole lot of cultural or whatever differences that you got to get past. It'll flow naturally. That's what we're looking for, y'all. Right? None of this trauma bonding stuff. None of this, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it is what it is. No hard feelings towards anybody. You keep it trucking, you keep it moving. But that's the difference, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We got another difference between trauma bonding and, hey, horse, what's going on, love? What's going on? It's out here in the rain trying to give it to you. Hey, listen, I got on this live a little bit late because I'm cooking. And you know how it gets dark. It'll be bright outside, and then 10 minutes later, it'll be completely black. You know, so that's what happened to me. But, you know, tomorrow I'll be back on my 5:50 game. You know, I did take a grown folks nap. I will take responsibility for that. Hence the reason for it being late as well. But it was needed and necessary. What's going on here? We got Mike Does up in here. Exactly. Yeah, twin flame thing, man, I say it's a burning situation. You look up what a twin flame is, and you'll be like, that's a narcissistic relationship right there. I don't want nothing to do with that. Hell with that. I want a soul mate, y'all. You know what I mean? Like a real soul tie type of situation. Not none of this damn trauma bonding, twin flame, narcissistic abuse type of goofiness. We learned our lesson. You know what I'm saying? We learned our lesson. We know better now. You know what I'm saying? We know what to look for. We know not to let it just be a physical thing. We know not to just let someone that appears to be everything and then some. You know, you gotta look past that, right? And get to know that person, because a lot of times they're giving you a fake person so they can get in close to you. And what have we learned? People want to get close to you only to get your information to do what? To throw it back in your face later on, doing an argument or a fight, or to slander your name behind your back. That's what most people are trying to get close to you to do. And we're no longer allowing people in our circle just because they appear to be nice, and we're always trying to be nice. No, we have zero tolerance. We have zero tolerance for any kind of narcissistic behaviors. Once we recognize them, we exit stage left, or we cut these people out of our lives. You know what I'm saying? Cutoff game strong. We no longer play any type of games. And because we're this new kind of way, a lot of new narcs that try to come into our lives can see that we have a no BS tolerance. They can see that we can see their BS, and they automatically have a problem with us and start trying to find different kind of ways to gaslight us or whatever. But we're not falling for none of that game. Okay? We know that they can see that we can see who they really are. And there's no hiding, and there's no game to be played. And we're going to approach as such. And if they get out of pocket, we handle the business. We handle the business that pays us. Okay? That being said, I appreciate all of y'all showing up. I don't want to run this one too long. I will be getting back online to go further into this. you know, possibly into another subject matter as well. I appreciate all of y'all, all the likes, all the shares, and all the comments. Y'all are dope. Y'all are the dopest to ever do it. You know, I appreciate going through this journey with you guys. You guys have helped me become a better man and a better person going through this process with you. You know, so I feel honored. All right. Love y'all, and I'll be back on here soon. Don't go too far. You never know what kind of video I'm going to post. I might say anything.